Hello and welcome to Neuro-Heretical Wargaming. My name is Brenden. Tonight we're doing painting, and as always, stupidity is not a bug, it is in fact a feature. And tonight we are painting the one and only Caiphis Cain. Maybe a little too washed out. Give me a second. We can fix this. We can fix this. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, we'll be painting Caiphis Cain tonight. Hello, Perky. Welcome to the stream. Tonight it is just me, at least for now. I have not heard from anyone else. Alright. Nice, good black contrast with a black Templar. We'll start. Oh, sure. Hey, Tim. Hey, Tristan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry, I gotta get a little reference image up. So that goes right. It's still a little behind. I can just refresh that. Oh, yes. Blackadder is the best. Refresh it and see if that works. No? Fiddle with it later. Hopefully it'll update. I guess we'll see. But yeah, how is everyone doing today? What's kind of funny is Blackadder really wasn't it really wasn't like a military sitcom. It's really only the Blackadder Goes Forth, which is the fourth series, to use the British term for Blackadder. It follows like the same family throughout history. And like the first one's like medieval, and then like it slowly gets more modern and then ends in World War One. So the World War one is very much the most well known. Oh, it's at 8. No, whatever. Alright. Okay. Sorry. Like I said, need a reference image for old Cain here. That's not really annoying. But let's see. Yeah, what is everyone working on? What's everybody up to? Looks like Tristan is working on painting for the tournament this weekend. Very nice. I guess I'll need to double check and see what, if anything, I need to get painted on. I think Friday. Like black. Homicide black, if you will. Ooh. Sorry, phone was still. Over there. That's safer. Alright. Tim says they're working on 10 intercessors, 10 incursors, 5 Deathwing Knights, and a librarian and Termi army. Termi armor. Very nice, very nice. Moment of focus. Hello, Carpe Fuego. Welcome to the stream. So his data sheet is up. If you go to, give me just a second here. If you go to, they had a page relatively recently. Just look up his name on it. It'll pull up on Warhammer Community. If you search his name on that, it'll pull up a page where they have the data sheet and the points. He is confirmed to be Legends, which was half expected. But he's got a fun little data sheet. It's just not in the app quite yet, but it should be relatively soon. I imagine it'll come possibly as soon as tomorrow, actually, now that I'm saying that. Because tomorrow is potentially the day we get the first official update. Because they said on or about the 22nd, and that is tomorrow. But could be the day after. You never know. But I will say his data sheet is very fun. He gets, for a turn, he can get a 2-up invulnerable save from old Jurgen. I have over here. You can see him. Gets a 2-up invulnerable save from that. He lets people reroll battle shock tests within like 6 inches of him because he's just so inspiring. What else does he do? He has an ability, it's like Doomed by Fate, or basically he's talked himself into a corner, and he has to do, what is it? He has to start on the battlefield, either like physically on the battlefield or in a transport. He can't be in strategic reserves, because if he was in reserves, he would not be in the fight. Definitely allow themselves to be very fun and thematic with them rather than just rather than trying to make him balanced. Which, you know, one of the benefits of being a Legends only datasheet. I don't think that's uncommon for Black Library anyway, so. So Tim, out of curiosity, what is your list for the tournament? I mean, clearly Dark Angels. I'm assuming Library is Conclave, but I don't know for sure. I think I'm just gonna run my Black Templar priority asset list because I find it quite amusing. Real talk, I would be happy if the Repressor wasn't Legends at all. Mostly because I just want one of them for my Arbites. RPTs. Adeptus RPT. Whatever they call it. Really made up word, mostly. I assume it's bad Latin for something. So I guess that's one thing I'm not sure on, Tim, is in the post, Sean said that we were going to be that I thought he said that we weren't going to be using the update for the tournament. That it was locked before that. But I don't know. I don't know what he said since it's pretty likely that this week will be the update. There's guys something else we could talk about. If we've got... Shoot, lost my train of thought a little bit. Yeah, what do you guys want to see in the update? I guess is actually what I'm trying to say. Let's see. Well, you see, Tristan, the problem is that it only has rules in Sisters and not for agents, which is a bit annoying, but I mean, it's Legends. If you want to get screwy with it, as long as your opponent's okay with it, doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I want more RPTs. Give me a character for him. That'd make it interesting. Let's see. You want Scarred Infantry to drop 40 points? I mean, amen to that. No arguments here. I just want more than like one type of guard list to be viable, is all I'm saying. Which I feel like is a fair ask. And sure says 5 to 10 point drop on Battle Sister squads. Again, entirely understandable. I don't know what I want for like my Templars. Probably a few points drops here and there wouldn't hurt. I don't think we're in a terrible spot. Problem is that like the best way to play Space Marines right now is just to play Librarius Conclave. But the other side of that is that we will probably have a new Space Marine Codex in hand in like what? September at the latest. So a few months. There's no great rush really. Alright. Got that. Next one's probably Reds. I mean, that's definitely not going to happen, Tristan, unfortunately. They won't do anything that big, especially with codexes right around the corner. Yeah, that's what it seems to be, Tim. The orcs, by the sound of it, I would expect us to get an announcement that orcs are going on pre-order on Sunday. Because in the article they posted yesterday for the new orc character, they said they're a few weeks out. So I think we're going to get an announcement on Sunday, then game out 3 weeks after that. And then Space Marines almost certainly to follow it. It was really kind of a question of like, are they going to drop both at the same time? Or are they going to stagger them? In which case, are they going to drop Space Marines first or Orcs first? And apparently Orcs, which is modestly surprising. I mean, not like hugely or anything, but so like, oh. Perky, thank you for the super chat. Of course, obviously, always. Look, I'll even heart it for you. Click. Perky says, plateaus are the highest form of flattery. He knows I have to pay attention to them now. I can't just ignore them. I guess... I did ignore one. I apologize, Perky. I ordered an earlier one. I was going to tell a joke about sodium. Then I thought, nah. Very clever. 100 points. A round of applause. A round of applause for you, Perky. I don't think it's... So that's the kind of the thing is, I think the last edition they dropped Tyranids first as well. Or at least they announced their stuff first. I don't fully remember. But I mean, before that, I think they did Necron and Space Marines at the same time. I mean, I'm not complaining. In this particular case, I play both. So like, I definitely don't mind one way or the other. Sorry, just trying to get a good spot. What is what colors? There we go. Let's see. Tristan says Battle Sisters are 2OC and have sticky objectives, which isn't really synergy if you think about it. I mean, that's pretty normal though. I mean, yeah, it's not really like strictly a synergy, but that's pretty normal for a few different factions. At least I know Space Marine Intercessors have the same thing. What is it? Cadian Shock Troops in Guard have it as well. Reminds me I need to once again check and see if my Destroyans happen to be on the way, because they're going to be my Cadian Shock Troops. Damn you, Cain, and all your fringe. Now, see, that's the thing, is 100 points. Yeah. Definitely not gonna argue with you there. That's definitely a bit high. I feel like I think like that is entirely fair to say. I don't even think, because I think 5-man Space Marine Intercessors, like, it might have gone up. It used to be 100 points, but one, they're tougher, so they last longer. They have the same number of 5 of them have the same number of wounds as 10 sisters. But I'm assuming that's a 10-man squad, but I could be wrong. And Soul Intercessors get access to their like double fire roll where they double the number of shots. All for like about the same points, and that's not right. They could be a little higher now. They might be like 115, but I don't know off the top of my head because I don't really run them. Hey, it's Frankie the Fish. Just says they're better equipped than Guard, but not by 30 points worth. That's probably fair. Guard are decently well equipped. Guard are also like overcosted, to be fair, currently. Because all Guard infantry is like 75 points. Which, I don't know. I have two minds about, because like they're like that because the recon detachment's really good. Right? Because it gives all Guard infantry cover. Like Guard infantry and their little walkers. Which is kind of insane. That's a lot. However, I'm not sure the entire faction should be paying for how good a single detachment is. But no one asked me. Sorry, lose everyone. Then Tim says, been looking at Unforgiven Task Force as my attachment. See some play out of it with Librarius. I mean, from what I've seen, I feel like you can pair Librarius with dang near anything, and it'll see some play. Like, Librarius is good, honestly. Librarius is just good. There's really no two ways about it. So again, hi Frankie. We're talking about what we're might be hoping for stuff tomorrow. So we'll see if we actually get it, but we can dream. Hey, look, the subscriber count updated. There we go. Guess I still don't strictly know if it's accurate, but it did update. I think it just needs a minute once the little program is running, if I had to assume. So it's getting warm in here. I might need to turn on my fan here in a second. Because I'm feeling the toast. I'm feeling the toast. I don't know if they'd ever do like it gets cheaper the more you take, Tristan. I don't think they'd ever do that. So I think the intent is they're they're fine with variables, like you said, but I think the intent to me seems to be to use it to maybe get people that are sorry, brain no worky for a second. I think the intent is to be like, hey, this is to punish things that are like, oh, I'm taking 3 defilers. You know what I mean? Something we'll only see it relatively rarely. But Frankie says they're dropping detachments tomorrow. I don't think they're dropping detachments. Tomorrow should be the first balanced data slate. So I don't know if we'll see detachments or not. And we've seen detachments in data slates in the past. They tend to be aimed at stuff that's doing very poorly and is a decent bit away from their codexes. I think we remember seeing it for like I want to say Death Guard, Drakarian Botan in the past, but could be wrong. So probably mostly like point changes and stuff. Plus it's supposed to be like emergency, quote unquote, data slates for these first like 3 months. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see because we don't really know what it's gonna look like just yet. Comrade De Orca, welcome to the stream. Always nice to have you guys. Let's see. It says you are working on Admech Histari. Isn't that is that the 30k one? Or am I misremembering? I'll admit, I don't know the AdMech units very well. Unfortunately, Scott is not here. He would probably know. Because he's like a bad day away from starting an AdMech army. Actually, not even a bad day, just like a cheap codex. Away from it, to be honest with you. Okay, this goes all the way around. Oh, okay, that's right. That's the new ones. That's the new, like, bulkier ones, right? That's, yeah. I think I remember those when they announced them. I remember that announcement just because I thought it took me a hot minute to realize that it was actually for 40k and not 30k. So I'm just so used to 30k having like great AdMech releases and 40k just not. So my brain was just like, that can't be right. That has to be. But yeah, kind of like what Frankie says. Take it slow. Enjoy the process. Contrast will be your friend. I can tell you that right now. I love me my contrasts. Okay, I need to adjust this. I'm sorry. It's very bright on Cain here. If you put it back. No, too backlit. Up. I don't know. I can't find a good spot for this. Doesn't help that this is a white primer. Yeah, take it slow. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. If it's the one I'm thinking of, you do at least have the advantage of the models being relatively big as far as AdMech goes. That's okay. If nothing else, we will all be here hoping for you. I will say though, if you guys won't mind me doing a shameless plug, we do have a Discord. We'd love to see it as you're working on them, and we'd love to see in our Discord. So feel free to join. Should be down in the description below, and show it off, and we can help give you tips there too once we can actually see it. If there's anything you're unsure on. All right, let's see. Ricky says double orc final in Tacoma means they are getting nerfed. That's kind of the thing. I don't know if they'll even bother touching orcs right now because their codex is so close. I guess it's a few weeks, so they could. But anything they do to orcs right now, they'll basically be undoing with the codex. So it's kind of just like, I don't even know if it's worth their effort at the moment. Hey, Wine and Fire. Welcome to the stream. Always nice to have you. We are working on the Caiphis Cain mini. Since I backed myself into a corner and need to run him on... Oh, there we go. On Sunday. That's feel very bright and a bit off kilter. Sorry, I've had to like readjust this a lot. There we go. That should make it much better. Let's see here. So we got that. We got that. It's got a little red up here, so we'll just do a little red across there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Frankie. I feel like there's a decent chance they don't mess with orcs specifically. No, like Librarius might be in the crosshairs and a few other things, but because we're probably weeks away, I imagine orcs will be. I just imagine orcs aren't a huge priority is all. Though again, I could be wrong. Been very wrong before. I am not a super competitive person, overall person. I'll do RTTs and stuff, but I am not super good competitively is probably what I should say. I guess at the end of the day, all we can really do is kind of wait and see a little bit. Orcs are just kind of the most awkward one. Orcs and Space Marines to a certain degree. I guess if it's anything where it's like, having said all that, I guess if it's like I guess we don't know what they're going to do with the 1-point detachments, because they might just leave those as digital and actually not have them in the codex. So if there's like a problem with those, maybe they could rework it. But I don't know. I just don't fully see it. Also, orcs are actually I say that orcs are doing good. I was gonna say aren't they a decent variety, but I think they're all like war horde boys, right? I've been wrong before though. Again, not the super competitive guy. We need to scoot for that. The scoot has abandoned us. I mean, that's fair, Frankie. That's entirely fair. I could probably fare to do a bit better, but or a bit better about paying attention to that sort of thing. Side note, flesh tear's red. Fantastic. Love it. Tim says I'm so competitive that I'm not competitive. I mean, honestly, mood. Like, my general thing is I like doing good at RTTs, right? I like showing up, I like playing with my friends. I like winning RTTs is fun. I don't want to put in the effort to win at like an actual big tournament. And I think that's entirely valid. And I know I'm absolutely positively not alone in that. Plus, like, big tournaments drive me up a wall a little bit on some stuff. I said it before, a laser comes out, my brain is just like, nope, we're not enjoying this one, boys. Because every little advantage is gonna matter. And it's just like, okay. But benefit there is you can just say, okay, moving on, next one. Don't even care about this one anymore. Counts for something. Or so I tell myself. Alright. Got most of the reds. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna turn the fan. Hi, how are you? Hey. We'll get a pop cam set up at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. Alright. Winefire says, I don't have a competitive bone in my body. I don't know if that's true, Winefire. I will say this. The game, by its nature, is competitive on some level, right? Because obviously, everyone plays to win. No one plays to lose. It's just the difference between that and being a competitive player. I guess for me, kind of tailing on what you're saying, finding rules is fun to pack up and roll. Like, yeah. Like, I get it. Like, sometimes rules aren't going to be clear. Sometimes you gotta be like, hey, TO, this is what's going on. Can you kind of help point us in the right direction? And it's just like, that's fine. That's going to happen. That's just the nature of playing a collaborative game, where there's going to be misunderstandings. But it's just like, are we arguing over because we're unclear on this, or are we arguing over because you're going to get some minuscule advantage out of it? That's where I'm like, okay. Yeah, no. I think there's black. Boop, 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 boop. Go. Okay. Okay. I think we've gotten most of those areas. I need to figure out how to do his gloves and boots, because I don't know at all what color I'm going to do there. One of ours says that what the dancing is for, Tim. Tim dances to get his frustrations out. I mean, mood. Fair. Can't argue with you there. Okay. It looks like it's all the reds. So I think we can move on to a whole buttload of golds. Actually, hold on. There's a black in there I need to get. One more spot that needs Black Templar. First, a drink. This is the fun part, I tell myself. It's actually kind of fine if I get on there, because that's going to be covered in gold anyway. Looks like actually his epaulets here are black, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Come on, sorry. Hey, thank you, Leo Alvarez. I think he's coming again. I mean, contrast is just great. Like, honestly. The colors are a bit darker in real life, I'll tell you that. This light I have up here is definitely brightening him up a bit more. But I'm liking how it's coming together so far. I'm definitely liking it. He's kind of working in these little odd spots right now. These little small areas I know are going to inevitably frustrate me as time goes on. Mostly there though. A few extra layers here and there, cover up spots that got a little too light. Spot right in there, we're still black. I think part of it's supposed to be red, but it's a very awkward spot, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Telling you guys, the trick is to just not worry about it while you're painting. It's just to find those spots where you can just screw up and no one will ever even notice. To find that zen while you paint. You know what I'm saying? Alright, Caiphis, I think we're about ready to get some gold on you, bud. There's Perky. Perky says, painting is a shady business. Thank you. Thank you, Perky. Really, you're the reason I get up in the morning. You're the reason I get this. So fun fact, actually, Frankie, about the cover art for Caiphis Cain. All the novels, all the cover art is actually supposed to be propaganda pictures. They're actually not at all how he actually looks. So he definitely doesn't have the chin. He's actually a little... Say he's got a little bit of a heftier face, a little rounder face. Doesn't have the chin. Also, doesn't have a bolt gun. He only ever uses las pistols. Yet all the cover art will always show him, 1, with the chiseled chin, and then 2, with a bolt gun. Or bolt pistol, I should say. Not bolt gun. He's got a bit of a chin, actually. Now that I'm looking at it a bit closer. What's really funny is Jurgen just looks old. I don't know what they did, but Jurgen looks old. I don't imagine him as near that old in my mind. I guess I imagine him as what's his face from Blackadder. That's basically who he is. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for gold. No, I think that's fair. Carpe Fuego, kind of like I was saying. I think a lot of the actual visual depictions we've seen of them don't look like it. Ugh. But again, I think that is part of the point. I feel like at first it started as like just a kind of a miscommunication. Not necessarily miscommunication, just that like the cover artist wasn't working with the actual writer. I think it kind of became a thing over time. Especially in the later novels that have much more of a modern aesthetic, I guess would be the term. It's unique to Cain, I think, actually. I think he's the only one that's at this point supposed to be like, I don't know if it's official or not. I don't know if they've ever actively acknowledged it, so I could be wrong. Or I could be right. I could have acknowledged it and said, yeah, that's the case. But he always looks very different from his. So I do think it's fairly unique to Cain. It also helps that Cain is like a comedy series. It's not like the most serious guard book ever. Or 40k book in general. Because I mean, like, who is it? The other famous guard commissar, Gaunt. It's like I'm literally listening to one of the books, not like right now. His art, I mean, it's still a bit stylized, of course, because different artists, different styles. But his model looks relatively close to his cover art. Yeah, I like it. I will never not recommend the Cain series to literally anyone that's interested in really 40k in general, or obviously the Guard in particular. Especially if you want something lighthearted. It is an excellent change of pace. And I will freely say is, without a doubt, my favorite Guard series. Like bar none. Tristan says, I started rereading Gaunt. What book are you on, Tristan? I just started Straight Silver. Yeah, book. I think it's the 6th book. Like, earlier this week. I guess it's a little later than that. It was like Sunday. It might have been Saturday, Sunday, one of the two. I think it was over the weekend. That sounds right. Side note for anyone who is an aspiring painter. Distributor Gold is good, but it is also just finicky. I swear it just behaves a bit weird. You never get it to quite behave the way I expect it to. Did I say Tristan? I'm sorry. Tristan. I'm sorry, Tom. I think it throws me off. I just see like T. And so my brain just kind of goes to one or the other. Okay, on the first one. The first one's good. I think Necropolis is the one a lot of people love. I like the Airborne one. That was fun. Any other 40k books / stories with humor as consistent theme alongside adventure? I don't know, it's hard to say because like 40k at its core is satire, right? Like it never takes itself. I mean, it does take itself seriously sometimes, but just the nature. Oh, duh, orcs. Read an orc book. All the orc books are hilarious. I just read Gazgul, Warlord of Warlords. One of the funniest books I've ever seen. Highly recommend. That book was deeply hilarious. Orcs are always pretty funny. I don't think I've ever seen, at least books with orcs as like the primary are hilarious. I don't think I've ever seen one that was super duper serious with orcs. It's kind of like the main protagonists. I'm pretty sure like you could, there's definitely orc ones where they're not, where they're like an antagonist to Guard, Space Marines or whatever, where they're much more serious and they can be like, where they'll show like how scary orcs can be. But the orcs books themselves, hilarious. Love them.
Hello?
Oh, they're just scared me actually.
Hi.
I jumped. Scared the shit. I did it on camera. Everyone knows now. They saw it, Scott.
Good. Keep you on your toes.
You could have texted me. You could have done all these things.
Eh.
Hi everyone, Scott's here.
Hi.
You're probably hearing double of him right now because I have my headphone off. Alright. Scott, say something.
Hello.
Alright.
How's it going, everybody?
You know, they're doing alright. We're talking about 40k books.
Oh, that's good.
We're talking about humor ones. And I almost forgot about orcs.
That seems like an L for you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Got a little leg on your face there.
Yeah, a little bit. So I was like, well, I mean, because like 40k in general, right? It is satire, but it takes itself relatively seriously. So it's kind of hard to tell sometimes, like,
with varying degrees depending on the era.
Depending on the era, depending on the specific book. Like some books are way darker than others, which is, you know, good for a thriving universe to have options. But I was like, oh yeah, of course, orcs. I don't know about the second one, but the first Alpha Legion book was kind of funny. Mostly.
Which one's the second one?
It's the one that just came out. I don't know the name of it.
That one I have not read.
Harrowmaster.
Yeah.
Harrowmaster. Yeah, that one's pretty. It's pretty funny. Mostly in how they like their observances, like both with other Alpha Legion and with non-Alpha Legion.
Yeah, they're just poking fun at themselves a lot.
Yeah. Or literally calling each other cringe, which is hilarious.
That was so cringe.
Guy shows up. I'm Alfarius. Other guy, please stop. We don't do that here.
Please don't. For the love of all that's good, just don't.
You and everybody else, buddy. Actually, I guess now that I've said that, both of those... But I think Harrowmaster and one of the major orc writers is the same author, right? We discovered that, like, recently.
Yeah.
Mike Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty good too. We like him. He's generally funny.
Yeah. Definitely recommend both. Definitely recommend both series. I guess I
Well,
wasn't paying super close attention during Brutal Cunning, but that's neither here nor there.
that's fair. Well, what you working on?
Uh, Hero of the Imperium.
Oh, Caiphis Cain.
Yeah.
My God. Hero of the Imperium himself.
So I
Using
managed
him
to.
this Sunday.
That is the plan.
Okay.
I'll use his data sheet. I guess we kind of. Side note: the benefit of coming to the hobby stream should be a little behind the scenes action. When you talk to Jared to see if any server workers list at all after tomorrow, if they actually drop any updates.
Oh, is that the rumor?
So in the Q&A they said on or about the 22nd. So could be tomorrow,
Oh.
could be, Thursday through Friday. So I guess we'll just kind of have to wait and see. But
Tomorrow is the 22nd after all.
yes, it is. It didn't come today, so. Yeah, you see what I mean? The gold really makes him pop a lot. Though again, he's very saturated on the screen because this light is very bright. But definitely starts to bring him together. Then we'll put a wash over it. It'll be looking very nice.
Quisp.
Wispy.
Very crispy.
So what are you working on,
Question.
Scott?
I am going to be working on my toads. I believe.
Toads.
So need to, for the RTT this weekend, need to get some things finalized, get some things painted. I also need to build a character that this morning I decided to slot in.
Oh.
Because I'm bringing Valerian, because he works better for the one squad that I was going to attach him to. Because originally it was going to be, what's his name? Traji.
Mm-hmm.
But he's very much a beat stick, and this squad is supposed to stick back on my expansion objective and hold that. So there's better tools for that job.
Tough but fair. Tough but fair.
So yeah, so trying to get Valerian done. He's pretty good. He has a -1 AP in melee. Or his squad does, rather.
Gross. I think I've actually run into that before. Nope.
It's kind of useful.
Is it in melee and ranged, or?
Just melee. So,
Oh, okay.
you just want to shoot him from afar, but the plan for this squad is that they're going to sit on my back expansion and just not shoot. So you have to get close to me if you want to attack them.
What if they just
And at which
don't?
point, I will jump you.
That's a bit rude, isn't it?
Usually.
I guess it does remind me. I need to make my current. I need to remake my current list and new recruit, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. If they're doing points changes tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'd just be able to submit it tonight, honestly.
I mean, that's fair. I just wanted a little more time to think about it, especially since it's, it's an RTT.
I feel like that means you need less time to think about it.
Nah.
RTTs are for dicking around.
Yeah, but I like to think about how I'm going to do that.
Well, I guess that's valid.
I mean, we do run a very tight ship at our shop. We're a very, very tight ship.
Yep, we're a staple of the meta. That's us. Yeah.
Our tournaments are always very well run. Never any last minute changes or surprises. No siree.
Yeah, never.
Starts right on time. Every month.
Every time, without fail. We are perfect in all things we do. Don't you forget it.
Sorry,
Did you forget it?
I'm basically edge highlighting. Shut up.
Dear God, he's edging.
Live on stream. Wine Fire says, make sure your Kung Fu tanks get their proper blessings, Scott.
I will. I'm also I'm bringing 2 Land Raiders. Or sorry, I'm bringing 1 Land Raider because I only own 1, and then 2 Caladius Grab Tanks. with a Kung Fu.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, Pain. Is it a good choice? I'm not sure.
I feel like you know the answer.
Honestly, I would be better off with more Land Raiders, but I only own one for my Custodes.
I have 2 unpainted ones. You want to just earn your points?
No, it's fine.
Because I keep forgetting I bought 2 for my Night Lords that I just have not painted at all. I bought 2 for 30k and just proceeded to build them and not touch them and kind of forget they're there, to be 100% honest with you.
How could you do that?
Well, you say I bought them, and then the edition changed.
Oh, I guess that's good. I guess that's fair.
Also, I didn't figure out what the Explorator even does in this edition. Because, I'm going to be honest with you, the concept alone of a outflanking Land Raider, I find deeply amusing.
Yeah, because that's for 30k, right? Where it outflanks.
Yeah. 40k, it'd just be a Land Raider.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I didn't know if it had like Legends rules or something.
I don't think it does. I could be wrong, but I don't think it does.
Okay, that's fair. And I will say,
I think there's just a Proteus Land Raider.
Oh, yeah. I will say, Wanting Fire, yeah, Custodes are fun. So there is a pipeline I've noticed, though. It's my theory that there is a Tau to Custodes pipeline.
Oh?
Tau to, like... There's some kind of pipeline from Tau to, like, some heavy melee army. So, Custodes are an example of a very good, like, heavy melee army. But I think I've also seen with, like, World Eaters and stuff where... You know, they spend a lot of time shooting, and eventually they just want to learn how the rest of the game works.
And eventually, you just have to... Eventually, I feel like maybe not your second army, but your third army is always like one of the ones that's opposite of your other armies. I feel like that just happens. I feel like your second army is often like 1 degree off from your main army. It's not that different. And then your third army is where you just like, all right, I'm going to be very different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I can see it. I can see it. Yeah, shooting to beat sticks. You got to go beat people up.
So what you're saying is your theory is that Tau players got bullied enough that eventually they want to be the bullies.
I'm saying Tau, like, oh, melee must be so easy, and then they realize that there's a lot of nuance and finesse to it.
And they realize
and
it's actually...
as Tau players, had never had to actually interact with those rules, so...
That they have Tau players never had to play half the game.
Because I still struggle with it sometimes, like, oh, what's actual, like, melee strategy? Oh, I'm not 100% sure.
The strategy with melee is to not get shot until you've completed a objective.
Well, no, I mean, like, there's a lot of, like, finesse with it, too. Like, with the pile-ins and the consolidations, there's a lot of finesse that is, like, not readily apparent. Especially if you don't remember which one goes when.
Very true. It's like you said, it's just kind of a whole extra.
Very similarly, right? But
do what?
Effectively, they work very similarly, right? Like it's a 3-inch move, at least in this edition. But like, there's a lot of finesse that's in those 3 inches.
You know all about that, wouldn't you?
With move blocking, with trying to steal objectives, trying to get things onto the point, trying to block people out. Like,
he's ignoring me.
There's a lot of finesse in pile-ins and consolidates that, as a Tau player, you might not initially appreciate. Which is why Tau, you know, honestly, probably not an army I'd recommend to start with.
I think that's fair. Tau is probably best as like a second army.
Yeah, just because there's like a solid like third of the game that you just don't play with and you just won't know the rules for as well.
Where is my Gilliman flesh? There it is. Wanting Fire says, I'm mostly interested because they look awesome, love the gold on them, and I have a weakness for heavy army and big weapons. Mood.
Yeah.
Heavy armor and big
And,
weapons.
Yeah, and they got that, and now like before it was kind of weird, right? Because half of the Custodes line was behind a Forge World barrier. It was very much like difficult to play the full range for Custodes, because a lot of it, like especially the good stuff, like the Dreadnoughts, the Venatari, which Tristan apparently I do not have any yet, but I need to pick up a box at some point. All very good, but we're behind Forge World price points, which are very expensive.
Steep, if you will.
And then, yes. So Tristan, because I feel like there's one thing that I am getting better with this channel, is learning more of the game, especially since we get, so we're not doing the same damn thing for you guys every week. We try other things, and also just giving me a lot of introspection on like what makes an army easy to pick up or not, like what's a good army to learn with, what makes it easy to pick up. And like Tau I feel are easy to pick up. You do learn some good fundamentals, so like the two fundamentals that you really learn with Tau are screening, making sure you guys don't get touched and turn to paste, and target priority, because as I was explaining to my teammates, sorry I dropped a piece, as I explained to my teammates, the one thing that a Tau player needs to do is they need to be able to prioritize the target that is the biggest threat to them and burn that down first. And if there's one thing Tau love is when you can easily make that decision for them. And this I was telling to my Knight player teammate, where I told him it's like either you put everything out in the open or nothing.
Yeah.
If you can't put everything behind cover, you just threat saturate. They can't kill everything, and so make them have to make a tough decision.
A great example of that in my game, most recently on the channel with Hunter, I hid all of my heavy stuff until I had a go turn, at which point I threw everything out, and that made it much more difficult for him to kill all of them. He was able to get some, but he can't get them all.
So we'll say Carpe Fuego. Probably the easiest army to play mechanically is Space Marines.
Yeah,
Space Marines
Space
are
Marines.
From top to bottom designed to be like the good entry army. The rules are simple, they make sense, the range is very wide, so you can try a bunch of different play styles that appease to you.
Yeah, they play, traditionally speaking, we would say they play in all three phases: shooting, melee, and traditionally psychic phase, even though that doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
like,
and movement phase. Movement phase is the other big phase.
I'm just saying like the three combat phases, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair. Also, they're easy to paint. They have a lot of very big, large, flat surfaces. So, like, if you're learning to play, one of the best armies you can do to play it is Space Marines, just because they're very, very generic, very simple.
Or
not a whole lot of weird stuff going on.
Or hear me out. You can be a man and play Guard or GSC as your first army.
It's fair. Also, hi, Warhammer commentator.
The
Warhammer.
I'm
sorry. I'm sorry. But I guess so. That is the easiest rules-wise. But also, I want to say the first army that you should start with is the one that you think looks the coolest.
Unless it's GSC. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
Okay, no, I mean, Tristan did it, and Tristan has a lot of very good fundamentals. He had to fight tooth and nail to get them.
I'm not sure I'm not entirely sure he would agree with you that was worth it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He loves them. He has fun. But honestly, like, the biggest thing is, so Space Marines are supposed to be very accessible and very easy to pick up. However, you're going to be the most passionate about the army you think is the coolest.
Yeah. And we joke, but that is like a genuine thing. I mean, if you look at the time it took me, like, it's much easier for me to get in the mood to paint my guardsmen than it is for like my Space Marines, even though I love both. It's like guardsmen really, they inspire the brain the most. Oh, there's Augie. What is he barking at? He doesn't know. So Tristan says it was just harder than expected. Oh, did we lose Scott?
Nope, still here.
Okay.
Still here.
Ventures. He's probably focusing. And now we're distracting him. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Get him distracted, everybody. Carpe Fuego wants to know, is Chaos Space Marines comparable to regular Space Marines mechanic-wise or a different animal? I play Sisters now, but I'm ignorant of everything else. Okay. Yes and no. There is a lot of carryover. Like, the difference between a Legionnaire squad and an Intercessor / Assault Intercessor squad is pretty minimal. However, they change it in a few different ways, right? Like, to use an example, a Predator in both armies is more or less the same. You don't have to change much there. But, for example, currently at least, Space Marines have Oath Moment, where they get rerolls on a target, while Chaos Space Marines get what are called Dark Packs, where you can get, like, sustained hit or lethal hit, depending on which one you pick.
For the low price of gambling.
Yeah, but I mean, there is also a detachment in Chaos Space Marines that lets you basically play like regular Space Marines. So they're a little more freeform. I would say they're not the greatest starter army, but they're pretty easy to pick up. Because Dark Packs really isn't that complicated. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, cheapest definitely is Custodes. Custodes are also a weird place painting wise because so if you just do the bog standard, like paint them gold and just hit it with some wash, they look great, right? As I paint my Custodes right now, decided I want to make my life difficult. Another one, if you just want to do like the generic paint scheme, is Necrons, because it's just spray paint lead belcher, wash. Now they have so I've been playing this game since 5th edition. It was way easier back then because it was before they had any kind of personality. So they were all just like very generic looking. They had like some personality with some of the characters, but everything else was very like bog standard, not a whole lot of details. But now they have so much personality, they look cool, they're fun, they definitely like leaned into that like Egyptian and kind of like almost Mesoamerican looking looks.
Oh, the Necrons?
Yeah, the Necrons.
Sorry, I was painting, so I kind of got distracted on exactly what you were saying.
Oh, we distracted him now.
I like Necrons a lot, honestly. Like, Necrons are one of those armies that part of me would like to run someday, but I probably won't.
Well, once I finish mine, you can borrow mine.
Well, you have 120 warriors.
I have 60.
Alright, well, it's a start, Scott. It's a start.
That's fair.
Weirdly enough, a lot of the armies that I want to play, I just want to run a lot of their basic dudes. Them and Admech both. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why.
Yeah, I still want to play Admech. Some of my teammates have offered to let me borrow their Admech for a future. It's like, yo, that's sick. Because, like, originally, when I first started playing, Admech I loved as a faction. They did not exist. They were exclusively just a thing in the lore. If you wanted to play them, there was a bunch of, like, house rules that people had made on, like, Daka and other of the forum websites. But...
Hey, you could play an Engine Seer. Basically it, but it existed. It had a model.
Engine Seer.
Well,
Singular.
You could do 3, or whatever the rule used to be. You could have an entire army Engine Seers, probably a couple points.
No, because back then you needed to have 2 troop choices, and you can have up to 3 HQs, I want to say. So you could have 3 tech priests, but then you have to have some troops in there. And
just kit bash them all out of Engine Seers. This is very good financial advice.
please do not follow us for financial advice. We started a Warhammer channel. Do with it and for what you will.
Why do you think we started a Warhammer channel? This way we can write it all off. I will say this, Necrons have not been missing with their new releases. Basically,
yeah, like the
all of them are
Necrosaur, gorgeous. The Catons, gorgeous.
Even the basic warriors look great. I
just need them to update Trazen.
Yeah. I am looking forward to the new book, though.
The fact that Oricon got an update, but Trazen did not, is criminal.
They way underestimated how much people were going to like that book, or else they would have had a Black Library model ready.
It's their arm. Oh, there it is.
Okay. Face is a bit bright. Maybe throw a wash on that, but that color looks really good for his boots.
But yeah, I will say, all of my Custodes are like verdigris, so they're all bronze, and then they have all this like green.
Green.
Yeah, this tealish colors to them, so I like them. Also, but it just makes them a lot longer to paint until our boy Tim was able to give me advice that I was like, oh, why? Shoot. And then I tried it, and I was like, oh, I've wasted so much time. So much time lost. I could have had, like, so many of these done.
I could have been working on Necrons.
They're working on Necrons. But it's fine, I know it now.
Yeah. Can't tell how good
You know
or bad this level
you know
is.
what, the Warhammer commentator? You're right. If you want fully characterful intercessors, go buy yourself a bunch of captains or lieutenants, because there's 87,000 different lieutenants.
There isn't, though, anymore. They haven't released Lieutenant in like 3 years.
There was a while where even they were making fun of how many lieutenants they were putting out, though.
Yeah, they were. They literally put out a whole bunch, and then they put out a generic kit where you could build multiple out of them, and that was like the last time we saw lieutenants. Which is moderately hilarious, at least to me.
I think the biggest haha was when they released Be'lakor, and they're like, "Don't worry, Space Marine fans, we included a Primaris Lieutenant for you, because it was one of the dead bodies you could put on the base."
Yeah, because you could do it for AOS or 40k.
Or just leave it off, or either.
Did they release a new Lieutenant in the starter box?
I don't know.
I didn't think they did. There's a new captain. So there's the captain, the chaplain, and the ancient. I didn't think there was a lieutenant. I mean, I could be wrong. Which reminds me, double check. Actually, no, those aren't getting until next week.
Oh, well, now you know. Like I said, well, yeah, I don't even have a Marine Army, admittedly. So I don't actually,
Weirdo.
I don't actually know.
Did that? Oh. Well, you know what? Commentator, we all make mistakes. Stupidity is not a bug, it's a feature, blah. You know the deal.
But not you if you decide to like, comment, and subscribe.
You know what you would never regret? Like, commenting, and subscribing to this channel. You will never once regret that decision.
More hot takes and whatever else we do.
Let's keep in mind
on Tuesdays with members only content coming soon once we figure it out.
Once we make an actual decision. Which is honestly asking a lot from us.
But first, we need to bury ourselves out of the studio, because the studio is a little bit of a mess. You guys can't see under the table, but it's scurry under there.
You guys want to hold a bet for how many dice are under the table?
I think Jeff picked up a lot of them.
He picked up like 11. And I guarantee you there's more. That's just the ones he picked up mid-match.
Oh,
that's right. They did do the starter boxes with paints. Actually, really good value, by the way. If you guys are looking to get into, if you're someone who's looking to get into Space Marines or Orcs right now, because they're the same price as a combat patrol, but you also get brushes and paints as well.
Yeah, honestly, G-Dubs has kind of been. I don't want to sound like I'm a corporate shill, but G-Dubs has kind of been killing it with these starter boxes lately. Like, apparently the new starter box is really good. The one that comes with the terrain, and the 2 combat patrols. The new old world box is apparently really good.
Commentator, is that not the captain? I thought that was the captain that was in the Armageddon box. I see him and I see him, the librarian, and 5 intercessors, 5 band vets, and the flyer.
Oh, what's the difference?
I mean, a lot of cool abilities.
Several ranks, but
anyway, not really. That's only 1. Even in the real world, you have Lieutenant. Check the other. How many starter boxes are there? This is the one with the paints. Or are you talking about like the itty bitty one? Okay, hold on. See, Space Marines, intercessors, and paints. I see a spot with my little eye. Hey, Lieutenant Storm Shield is. They might have been selling him separate for a while. I don't know.
no, that the Storm Shield. Oh yeah, he's a lieutenant, isn't he? No, he's new. He's slightly different, but
No. Lieutenant with Storm Shield. He's been around since Indominus at start of 9th edition. Introductory box. Okay, let me find the introductory box. They annoyingly don't have it on the get started page. We're going down a rabbit hole, everyone.
If you're getting started with, we're talking about introducing.
I want to punch you, Scott. I will drive your house.
Well, only if you bring me a milkshake.
Okay, yep, he's right. I see. Okay. No, I see him.
You know when you see him. Oh, no, you rat.
Yeah, okay. I forgot they did that little, like, 1 squad versus 1 squad box. Kind of funny they give the Space Marines 5 intercessors and a lieutenant, and the Orcs is just, like, I guess it's 5 boys and their, like, big boss, whatever he's called.
Yeah, that's fair. That's balance right there.
Hello, Matthew. I can do that for you real quick. And his face is kind of creepy. I'm gonna be honest. I put the Gilliman flesh on it, and it's coming out a bit creepy.
Oh, doesn't look like the hero of the Imperium at all.
To be fair, we discussed this earlier. He is very propagandized. Definitely doesn't look the way you think. Alright, I think it's about time to throw a wash over him. Probably do that rock up real quick too. I'm thinking about it. All right. Quick drink.
Speaking of propaganda, I guess I could. This is a 40k thing for the record, everybody. But I am almost done. I have like maybe an hour left of the last Farsight book, and honestly, it's fine. It's a Phil Kelly Tao book, so I don't know. It has some things in there where it's like just trying to make Tao weird for the sake of being weird. Like they have this a bunch of like hand language that they do with their regular speech language. But the thing about so one thing I noticed though is that the big thing about languages, right, is that there are phrases and vernacular that is repeated when people talk to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's repeated terminology and phrases. So you would think if there's like some hand-based vernacular that, you know, on occasion we would repeat 1 or 2 of the phrases. They do not. It's just a different one every time with very little explanation on what any of them are, or yeah. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird for the sake of being weird.
I mean, I wish I could say the last 40k book I finished was at least okay. Because I just finished Cadia Stands, and it was not great. Wouldn't recommend it.
Oh.
Because that's the book with Minka Linsk. That's like her introduction. I was like, oh, I'll start there. I've got the mini. I should probably read the book at some point, right? I just really like the minis that came with it. But I was like, okay, I'll read the book. This book is basically about the fall of Cadia. but it bounces between so many characters that like Minka Linsk, who's like supposedly like going to be the main character after this, she's in maybe a third of the book at most, and that's probably being generous. It's probably less than a quarter. Like, but like there are entire battles during the Fall of Cadia that are literally described in like one page of this book. It bounces around so much. It was like if you're gonna read the book, if you're gonna read about the Fall of Cadia, like genuinely read the book The Fall of Cadia. It's way better.
And if you want to read a book about the Tau, read Elemental Council, because it is really good.
I need to finish Elemental Council.
It's good. It gives you a good look at the Tau without it being like they're culturally different, but not like for the sake of just being weird, right?
I started reading Long Shot, which is like a Imperial Guard sniper novel, right? And it actually starts off with a Tau POV. And I was reading it, and like a few paragraphs in, I was like, oh, he's about to get taken out by a sniper. And I was completely correct.
I will say though, there is one scene in the Farsight book that was like, yeah, let's go. Where Farsight is bamboozled and is captured by like the head ethereal. For those of you who don't know the Tau lore, they have like a rigid caste system, and the ethereal caste is like their leader class. It's they're the ones that are in charge. And for a while, G-dubs made them like super dictatorial. They like control people with a mind control and everything. And the worst of the worst is Aounchi, which is like space pope looking guy. He has a big pope hat and everything. And he's the reason that Farsight left the Tau Empire to make his own little libertarian enclaves or whatever the hell. So at one point he gets captured, and he's brought before trial. I'm sorry, Aoun-Va, not she. But Aoun-Va.
This guy doesn't even know Tau lore.
And he's like, you know what? You have to duel for your honor. Because of course you have to duel for your honor. Why wouldn't you? Alright, so...
I mean, he's a space samurai. I don't really know what you expected on that front.
Yeah. Farsight's getting his butt kicked, and right before, like, Aoun-Va's champion, like, finishes him off, just somebody says, wait! And Aoun-Shi, which is, like, the coolest guy ever, like, the Jukari love him. He fought in the Jukari gladiator pits for like decades. Like just a cool dude, right? Everybody loves Aoun-Shi. Just a great guy. Model no longer exists, but he's like, Nate. And he said that he like goes up with Farsight, and the two of them fight side by side. It's real cool. We did really like that. And also they're trying to acknowledge that a lot of like the lore issues Tau had in the past, where it's like the super dictatorial and everything, is supposed to be this dystopian society. They kind of reflect that and say like this is Aoun-Va, and we're trying to like get rid of him to like return to the way that we're meant to be. So they kind of acknowledged it, because Elemental Council definitely leaned more into that like they're the hopeful race. There is actually like a bastion of good in this dark universe. Sure, they're not perfect,
so lucky,
and they have cultural differences.
Lucky.
But yeah,
my grip like shifted, and I hit the main part of the model with my brush, but I think it was just dry enough; it didn't stick. There's not a giant gray splotch anywhere from what I can see. Oh, thank God. Chat's popping. I've missed a bit of chat.
I've seen something about Gene Stealers.
Yes. Hey, shout out to our 3 new subscribers today. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. We're here every Tuesday and every Sunday.
Welcome to the party.
I guess technically we're at Scott's on Sunday, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. You're at my place.
Warhammer commentator paints their nids a golden black? That's amazing. Are you in our Discord? I need to see this. Get in our Discord.
Look at the description below.
Or
that's neat.
Or you can ask our bot. Because that's what he does. One of his purposes in life is to spread the Discord. Yeah! Alright. I am actually getting pretty close to, I think, done with old Cain here. Definitely needs, like... I think it's about time to start putting on some washes. Really mostly on his gold parts. To bring them down just a little less bright. Make them a little more... And bring them in line with the rest of the model just a little bit more. So probably just go with a... Where's my sepia? Seraphim sepia.
Honestly, that is fair. So, Frankie the Fish points out that Tau are the youngest race and have like 30 times more lore than the Eldar, the second oldest race. Which is kind of weird, because like Eldar, not even like second oldest race in the galaxy, they're the second oldest race in the frickin' game. Like they've been with 40k for a very long time.
Eldar are honestly kind of disrespected for a lot. It's kind of weird because like they never aren't present, but they are never really given that much of a spotlight, I guess.
Yeah, because I read one or two Eldari books in the past, back when they were called Eldar, and they're just kind of bad. Apparently, they've posted the turns at least a dozen times.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, just
okay,
now. Gotcha.
just... No, that's sick. That reminds me of like the reminds me of like, oh, this is like a specific type of beetle that looks very close to that. So that's a lot of fun. I like that.
Let me get some of Cain's stuff done. I'll take a little peek at him.
Yeah, Matthew, that's no, I do like that idea where they do like a slice of life thing of over their history, especially because Eldar live, they live like about 1,000 years or so, right? At least that's what the lore used to be, and maybe like their codex has more lore, but yeah, I don't think they have a lot of book support, honestly.
Yeah, that's kind of the weird thing is that because they show up a lot, right? Like they show up in basically every game. They show up in other people's books a lot. I feel like they haven't gotten as many on their own. But I will say, the Aeronautica Imperialis series they did on Warhammer Plus, very good.
But still, that's them as the villains, not as like a POV character.
No, they're POV. They're both.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're definitely the antagonists, but it focuses on them and the primary Imperial pilot a lot. The kind of rival between the two is very much a framing device.
There is like a Eldar book right now.
Mike Brooks did do Voidsguard. I heard that was good.
The one Eldar book. Honestly, Mike Brooks is just here to save the lore.
He's just
like,
here.
You need a book for it? I got you.
He's here to save Xenos, if nothing else. Unlove Xenos. May I introduce you to Mike Brooks, your savior?
Yeah, they don't even have an omnibus. It's wild. Do the Votan have more books than?
They have a book.
Okay, so they have the same amount of book as Eldar.
Night,
right
Tim.
now.
Thanks for hanging out.
Have a good night, Tim.
Sleep well. Scott will be by shortly to sing you to sleep. It's in his contract. We have to, Scott. By we, I mean
Ian.
All right. I love when Wash really just brings a model together.
Oh, that yellow is crisp.
Wispy?
Yeah. Warhammer Commentator added their Marine to the Whip It Real Good channel. Those are some very nice smooth yellow.
Where there's a whip, there's a way. Ooh, yeah, Space Wolves.
Wait, hold on.
Like Space Wolves.
What's the Black Throne?
Hmm.
Matthew Franzo, I'm sorry. Says we'd like to see some stories surrounding the golden and black thrones and exploring the technology connection between them. I don't actually know what the black throne is.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know anything specific.
Well, let's do a little Google foo to the Lexicanum.
Ooh, Gaunts. Love them. I definitely love that
like
gold.
beetles, right?
Yeah, I definitely love that on the carapace. It comes out really good.
Black Throne is a Drukhari device recently under construction with Kamara. Okay, recently being Vaults of Terror, the Dark City, which was released in 22. Okay.
Is that the one where they were like trying to steal parts from the Golden Throne to run it?
Maybe developed through their covert dealings with the AdMech, the Black Throne is a Xenos reconstruction of the Golden Throne, like its predecessor, seeks to control access to the webway. Upon its completion, the Drukhari under Archon Shay Morvan of the Cabal, the still living knife. Of course, that's your name. Yeah, edgy. Whatever.
Who has sillier names, chat? Tau or Eldar? Pick your variety. I vote Tau.
Huh. That's interesting. I had not heard about that. Also, don't you dare mock the name of Shaso Virala Shova Kais Montier.
Also known as Farsight?
Also known as Oshova or Commander Farsight. Their names are very...
silly?
No, they make sense. It's their rank, it's their home planet, and then it's their, like, name.
It doesn't make it not silly, Scott. Just because you justify a universe doesn't make it not silly.
You're silly.
Tell me something I don't know. I'm waiting.
My mentor in Huntsville used to volunteer for an organization that was trying to control geese population in Seattle's, but he got kicked out because their plan was to put petroleum jelly on the eggs to suffocate them, and his idea was to just go up and shake the eggs. There you go. Bet you didn't know that.
One of my NCOs in the army was a member of the Vietnamese, I think it's pronounced Hmong community. They are a small group in Vietnam that was trained by the United States to fight the North Vietnamese.
Huh.
I don't think they were the one with crossbows, but I can't rule that out.
Well, that's kind of metal. Okay, you guys made your point. We got a lot of hyphens and stuff.
You mean to-ow?
To-ow.
And their net aims.
I wonder, do I have my original codex for Tau? What's the oldest codex I have for Tau? Is the little hyphen new?
It's definitely new in marketing. I think
yeah.
I feel like it's always been part of it.
Okay, apparently I have my 5th edition codex here.
You found that really fast for something you weren't sure if you even had.
Well, I have like a little shelf to like old codices and stuff. I didn't know if this was here, but yeah. No, this doesn't have the hyphen.
Maybe a like 8th edition change. I feel like it's a relatively recent change. Definitely new in marketing, but I don't know if it popped up before then. I mean, if you open and go to like the lore section, what does it say?
Well, hold on. I found my 7th edition codex, I want to say. I think it's the 7th edition codex. Yeah, no hyphen here.
Side note, how should I paint Jurgen?
I would say well.
Oh, thank you, Scott. I just mean, like, should I basically just do my Krieg scheme? I'll pull that up so you guys at home can see it. Like, probably mostly just the green on him. But I don't know.
And let's see, when 8th edition started, they put out an index because they changed the rules for everything. There we go. Okay, so they add the ch with 8th edition.
You could just say they added. Never mind. Oh, can't remember the technical name.
Apostrophe.
apostrophe. You could have just said they added the apostrophe.
But yeah, they added with Index Xenos 2 for Warhammer 40k.
I forget
Back
that the
in,
indexes in 8th edition were actual booklets.
Yeah, this was like before we had the app and everything, so...
Yeah, 'cause the app started in 9th edition. You couldn't even build a list in the app. Building a list was new with 10th.
Yeah, and this has... Oh, they still had psychic powers back then. Not the Tau, but also like orcs, tyrannids, and gene stealer cults are in the same book. Everything had their power levels instead of points.
Carpe Fuego thinks it's called a glottal stop. That sounds right. I was an English major, but I was not a language major. If I wanted to get a master's, I'd have to be, and I don't feel like learning Old English, to be 100% honest with you. That's not a thing I want to do. I guess I could get a master in fine art, but I don't want to write that much. It's sad. Matthew says 12th edition will just be an apostrophe between each letter. Sounds like you're having a minor asthma attack when you pronounce them.
I mean, it goes with my inability to breathe in this state, so I guess that's fair.
Now what do I want to do? I guess I can go back to work on my orcs. I'm gonna need to get my dry brush thing out though. I will be back.
Oh wow, this...
What?
Alright, well, while he does that, I'm just looking at the,
It's heard. Oh wow.
at the old codex. Back then, there was a random chance that you could have a game starter end in night fight. So you can buy night vision goggles for your Tau battle suits back then.
Yeah.
Called Black Sun filters.
Alright, I'll be right back. Also,
Back
Tristan's
when you
mocking
had
you.
to pay for every single little upgrade.
Yeah.
Well, we're working on it. I've been doing nasal flushes twice a day, which is an exciting part of my life, I guess. Somehow we got here, but you know, here we are. Yeah, I feel that. I just have like, I mean, I don't know how well it comes across over over the voice here, but I am very nasally. Also, my friends, when we go on trips, do not like to sleep in the same room as me, because I sound like a freight train. I do like trains, so that's fortunate, I guess, but it's gotten better. I've gotten surgery, but now it's just like my entire nasal cavity is apparently inflamed. And how did I get here, actually? What am I talking about? My nasal cavity on a Warhammer stream? It's fine. But yeah, so we're in Colorado, if that hasn't been revealed already. So there's not much air in this air. We're at a very high altitude. But originally I'm from the Delaware Valley, so much closer to sea level.
So I have bad news, good news, bad news on the orc front.
Okay.
Bad news, we're out of paper towels. Good news, we bought more paper towels.
Okay.
Second bad news, they're still down in the car. I forgot to bring them up today.
That was a roller coaster, man.
So I think instead, I'm going to put together a Space Marine that you gave me, which I am now realizing my build stuff is also in the car. Not in the car, in the kitchen. So I'll be right back again. You're doing great, Scott. Keep up the good work.
Brennan, get yourself together, everybody. All right. That... I don't know if that sounds horrifying or not. Transparent retinas. I don't know what that means. I'm confused, I'm unsettled, I'm concerned. I will say, I don't do super well with like body stuff. Like there's a definite reason I went into engineering and not medicine. Because I like the cold certainty of steel. The moment I understood the weakness of my nose flesh, it disgusted me.
I have returned. How quickly did Scott get us demonetized?
I talked about my nose flesh.
Oh. Then you did that
So there's that.
voluntarily?
I did.
Oh. And you
I was
chose...
talking about how the weakness of my nose flesh disgusts me. I long for this cold certainty of steel. I want to be like Tycho Brahe with his metal nose.
So I heard that the second like Adeptus Mechanicus game that they put out the sequel or whatever, I heard it was kind of bad.
Oh.
Heard like there's like
Sad.
way less customization, all like kinds of stuff.
Yes, I'm replacing my olfactory organs with a neutron laser. Thank you, everybody, for coming to my TED Talk.
Okay, but what if you replaced your eyes with lightsabers?
Nah, I don't like eye stuffs, though.
Oh, don't play that horror space game then. Dead Space. Don't play. Don't play Dead Space. Don't play Dead Space.
Don't play Dead Space. That's fine. That's fine. I think I'm okay with that. I'm not good with horror. I like some I don't like jump scare horror, I guess is the main thing. I like psychological horrors and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge horror fan either. I do like monster movies, but not necessarily monster horror, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like slashers, is probably the best way to describe it.
Nah, that doesn't make sense.
Listen here, Scott. I didn't ask you.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
People are very excited for Space Marine. Yeah, the Space Marine is actually Scott gave this to me. Scott, do you remember what kind? Yes, you did. I think you just wanted it out of your house. Actually, no. This was from when I got the 5 Infernus Marines from you.
And you were is that the Infernus Lieutenant dude?
Yeah, this is like the special sergeant they put out with that.
Sargento G's.
Whatever it was called, Space Marine Conquest. That sounds kind of right, actually. I don't know if that's
Combat Patrol.
Combat Patrol. They change the name every edition, so I always forget. Have they announced this edition's version yet, actually? Come to think of it?
I don't know.
I don't think so. So I think in like 8th edition, I think it was Conquest in 8th edition. 9th was like Indomitus or something else. So they change each time, but it's like a little subscription magazine series you can subscribe to. Is it still called Combat Patrol? Okay. And just get access to various different things. Or get like basically collect an army over the course of what, 2 years?
Something like that.
And it's depending on the issue, it's pretty good value. I think it varies a little bit, but not by like a lot.
Yeah, no, it's a good value. It's just like
really hard to cancel.
$15 an issue, and they come in quick. I didn't realize when we signed up that they were every week. It's like, oh, this adds up. I think it's still end of the day. It's not bad because like every issue came with a sprue, or some paints or something. Like it was a pretty decent deal. It's just like adds up quick.
Also, weren't you only wanting like a few things?
Yeah. I thought the tempo would be a lot less. We can keep up with it better, but it was not.
Also, wasn't it really hard to cancel too?
Yeah, I tried like 3 times. There was some miscommunications going on between.
No, please stop. And they were like, no. And you were like, oh, but please. But what if was yes?
Thanks for joining the Warhammer Commentator. Hope to see you again in the future.
Yeah.
We do have 40K live streams every Sunday, so
Yep.
be sure to join for that if you can.
Old Caiphis Cain will be making his debut this coming Sunday. All right. I guess that does beg the question. It is getting a little late for us. Scott, how late are you feeling?
Probably not too much later. It is late, like you said.
Yeah. I think we just want to aim for our usual 9:30. I think I'll be done with this guy right around then. That's probably as good a stopping point as any.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about?
Oh, you know, stuff.
Kind of stuff, Scott.
Yeah, job offer today.
Oh.
Well, a verbal offer. I need to get it the actual like official letter. But yeah, don't worry everybody. Before there's any panicking, it is local, so I'm not moving because then everything falls apart
Very quickly.
very quickly. I mean, I'm sure we could figure something out, but
I don't want to be another man down, Scott.
you'll be fine.
Also, we'll lose our computer. We'll lose so much like that. The entire infrastructure of this will fall apart almost immediately.
Well, but yeah, I'm getting a new job. Still waiting for the official offer letter, but that's exciting. I've been at my current job for almost 6 years now, and I was like, you know, it's kind of time to just change settings a bit, especially like because Jonathan was one of my coworkers too, and after he left, I was the person who was on the team the longest. I'm like, this feels kind of weird. Maybe it's time to start looking for something else.
Don't like that. I can give this guy 2 tilting shields. I can give him 1 on each arm.
It's a lot of tilt. How tilted do you feel right now?
Get back to me on Sunday.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think I'll go with this other one. I think that'll look a lot better on his shoulder.
Thanks. I think it will. I have some friends that work on this new project, and it's just, you know, it'll be a bit more fast paced than my current job. Because that's the other thing. My current job is just like kind of slow, boring. I'm used to working on like exciting things or like some fast paced stuff, and I don't know. Maybe it's my ADHD talking, but I get a little bored easily. That's why we have a 40K channel.
What? You
Yeah,
ADHD?
it'll
No
be
way. No way.
Be a good adventure, I think.
Oh yeah, this guy's gonna look sick.
And then I found out with John's move that he is friends with one of the guys from SN Battle Reports now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That John is?
Yeah.
He just didn't tell us?
He found out like yesterday or so.
Damn it, Jonathan.
Yeah, the guy at his store, like the head 30K guy, is like the brother of the SN Battle Reports, one of the SN Battle Reports guys, and he just like flies out there occasionally. He's on their stream. It's like, huh, that's fascinating.
What is it? 2 degrees of separation or whatever?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's neat. Yeah, John is for if anybody is going to Las Vegas Open LVO, we're each going to that. Well, I don't know if Jeff is actually, but
I don't think
Brenden,
Jeff
John,
is.
and I are going.
Yes.
And John is doing 30K narrative, so Horus Heresy narrative. I am trying to do the narrative, but it is sold out, and I've been checking every couple days for the tickets.
What you're telling me is, you, who told me repeatedly to get signed up for RMO, like a lot, then proceeded to do the exact same thing I did, but with actual consequences.
Maybe. I mean, I'm on the wait list right now, so it'll buff.
It'll probably open up a little bit. It's still a few months out. We're about to hit reality time where people have to actually start asking for time off.
But yeah, thank you everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, but we'll see how it goes. We still need to set the start date and everything. So, I should have the actual offer letter in hand in the next day or two. Then negotiate the salary and all that. And after that, I have it's an internal company transfer, so after that I have 90 days to start. We'll see.
Okay, that'll be my next question. If you're still working for your current company, if it was with someone new.
Nah, still staying with my guys, but
Well, you get to keep your benefits.
see, my forte is that I am a talking engineer, except I actually do things. But I like yapping. I like talking to people, and engineers are usually not traditionally good at that.
Well, Scott, maybe it's time you retire and become a educator.
I've thought about it. There was a couple times with my company, it's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. The local college is hiring. I'll frickin' do it.
And then you didn't.
Yeah, the pay wasn't very good.
I
Also,
mean,
it
fair.
was scary because I hadn't done that before.
I mean, fair.
But like, I do teach like. So I'm an engineer doing space stuff. I have taught like orbital dynamics and whatnot to my coworkers a lot. I generally enjoy teaching. It's fun.
I mean, some version of
also-
your thing gets used for like teaching, right?
Yeah, no, like I've made some classes and courses and whatnot. It's used by a lot of people across my company. It's also unhinged, so people aren't expecting a your mom joke in a lecture about gravity, which they really should. But
I mean, honest, all things considered, it's not the most. I mean, it's a nice way possible, Scott. It's not the most clever joke. You know what I mean?
yeah, but most engineers are too afraid to do it. I'm not.
There's
Oh, that's not proper. Oh, that's too bad.
there's a meme that gets shared around the English and writing community that's like, I know authors that use subtext and they're all cowards. Same energy.
Young, I've been working my animus lately. Fuck off. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Berkey says old math teachers never die, they just become irrational.
I like it.
Alright.
But no, certs are good. I have a couple certs too, and they've been helpful. Just like, especially if they're things that I don't get to experience day to day that I'm interested in doing, it kind of just helps me get my, if it's something that I want to do, especially when you're later in your career, it's kind of hard to do that if you don't have any experience with it. So, certs is a nice little like cheat code way to do it. Like, yeah, I got experience.
Kinda. Well, I mean, like, it's like any job. Like, professional development very much still matters. Oh yeah, this is all coming together. I'm gonna Black Templar the crap out of this guy, guys.
Huh. I mean, it's a niche market, but somebody's got to open up a kosher bistro. That's all I'm saying.
It was a certification specifically for opening a kosher bistro. Honestly,
Do for like a kosher deli, honestly.
now that I've said it out loud, that actually makes a lot of sense.
So where I grew up was close enough to New York City that, the good delis were the one where a nice but still kind of angry old Jewish man was yelling at you the entire time. It's like, aw. How I missed that.
I grew up, you knew a Mexican place was going to be good if, one, there was a teenager behind the front counter, and two, you could hear the Spanish coming out of the back room, because it's like, yes, this is going to be the good one. It's going to be amazing. I did actually go to school with someone whose dad owned like a series of Mexican restaurants in Oklahoma City. It's a little weird, especially when they opened one. Especially when I found out later, because we played football together, and then it turned out it was one that my family liked to go to a lot, and then they opened one in my hometown. I think I actually ran over there a couple times back in high school, but I don't remember. I guess it was after high school. Oh yeah, this guy's all coming together. I need to find a base for him. Where's my bases? My 30 some odd bases that I have for some ungodly reason. Scott, I don't know if you ever gave me a base with this guy. Actually,
I don't know. I think I did, but
you might have, and I might have lost it. But that was also when I was rushing to get all those Infernus Marines done for the other guys. So
it's okay, baby. You can try to gaslight me.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time, Scott.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Eat hot chip. Alright. Let's get this Space Marine glued down to his base and he'll be assembled.
I need a new large brush. Mine is shot.
Oh. That's awkward. I know what Scott's buying on Saturday. Oh no, something fell off. Oh, never mind, nothing fell off. That was his other power pack that I ended up not using.
One for meat, one for dairy, work with rabbis, went through their surplus. Oh, nice. Alright. So, like, you know, the real McCoy. Alright, that sounds like fun.
I actually do have an Infernus squad for my Black but I just don't run them very often. Just because they don't... They're not bad, I don't think they fill a role in most of my lists, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess if they're in furnacing range, they're also in crusading range.
Yeah. And, like, if I really need... Like, if we're in a meta or whatever where I need flamers, I can put them into my crusader squads as well, because they can put in 2 for every 10. So, I don't do it very often just because it's not necessary. Especially, they were in 9th edition, I think they were more common, but in 10th edition, I don't think you ever see them. Frankie makes a good point in SoCal. If you don't hear Spanish from the back, there's probably something wrong. I don't hear Spanish with at least 3 different notable accents. Something's wrong. All I know is if you find yourself in Oklahoma City and you want Mexican food, go to the south side of town and go to... just drive until the signs turn to Spanish. And then you're in a really good spot. You can just pick one from there. Alright, this guy came out pretty good too. I like it. It's a pretty basic conversion. Swapped out his shoulder pads and gave him this little thingamabobber. There you go. Also, you can get good Vietnamese food in Oklahoma City as well, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, there was actually a surprising amount of Vietnamese refugee that went to Oklahoma City. I don't know why, but that's kind of like where they were placed.
They tend to drop off refugees in areas that just have like a lot of space. It's just easier for them to like set up a community essentially. Plus, it's also a little bit cheaper. I assume that all plays a role. But yeah, I know after Vietnam that Oklahoma City was one of the places where refugees were placed. It's the 3rd most spoken language in Oklahoma, I think, after English and obviously Spanish. See, Frankie gets it. He says, that tracks, I'm half Filipino. Case in point. My former brother-in-law was Korean, and we ate at his parents' restaurant a few times, and it was really good. It was very good. Korean food's pretty good.
Yeah, I love Korean food. Yeah, like in the Northeast, I feel like, because I'm originally from Northeast Pennsylvania, so not a whole lot of good sushi options in that area. Like maybe if you went over by like Philly or Pittsburgh, somewhere a bit more metropolitan, but I don't think I had sushi until I was like 22 or something. Granted, I didn't really have Mexican until I was like 16 either, so.
I don't think I had sushi till I was in my 20s either, but that was mostly my fault. There's a decent number of sushi places in Oklahoma City. I'm not a huge fan of sushi, so I found some I like, but it's not something I necessarily seek out very often.
Yeah, I love sushi. I love most foods. My favorite is Indian, which I don't think I had until I was 19 or 20. There was an Indian restaurant by my college because I went to Penn State. There's an Indian restaurant in the town there, and that was the first time I had Indian, and I just enamored, completely enamored. And
I will say I do love me some naan bread. I picked up that mostly overseas because they would give it to us like all the time, and it was so good. They had so many different like things on it. Oh, naan bread is amazing. I think the first time I had Indian food was I was either 7. I think I was 18. Because it was my senior year of high school. I was 18. My school is a Catholic school, but for senior year, one of our semesters was like a comparative religions class. And that capstone for that was always to drive around to go to like different places, right? So we went to like a Buddhist temple, which was in the middle of a trailer park and was kind of hilarious. We went to an Indian temple and we went to a mosque. And I think after that, we went to like an Indian buffet. And it was pretty good. I liked it. I don't remember it much. I don't think I've had it since, actually. I guess if you count curry, I've had plenty of curry, but I tend to have like Japanese curry rather than Indian proper curry.
Yeah, I mean, there's the place right by my house.
Oh yeah, that's fair. We went there once. I've been there. Yeah. I've been there.
Yeah. Also, I will say, Matthew does actually say that. So most Indian restaurants you go to are North Indian cuisines, but when I was working in Virginia for about 9-10 months, I found this really good South Indian cuisine restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, completely different, but like still a lot of like similar spices and flavors and whatnot, but like a lot of very different dishes. Oh, it's really good. Also, I was like the only white dude there. It's like, oh, I came to the right place.
And like I did it. I picked the good one.
Like, go me. I'm getting good at this. From my humble country bumpkin pit beginnings.
Yes. Matthew gets it. Buldak. Even if I can't actually use the sauce in it on any great level, it's Buldak is really good ramen. It's a bit pricey here in the US, but it's really good.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, they just opened up Genya in town here, which is it's a good chain. Yeah, I think they're pretty good. I've been to Japan once for work, and you know, it was good enough. It's close enough to it.
Tristan makes a good point. Thai food. I love me some pad Thai. That peanut butter sauce, so good. One of the best ones I had actually was we went down to New Mexico last year to see my mom. I don't remember the name of the town. It's a pretty decently well-known, like kind of not tourist town, but like people go there to like camp and stuff. It's like Kaos. I don't know how to pronounce. I don't think it's chaos, but Kaos. Anyway, we went down there. Or was it Taos? Taos. Night Wine Fire. Thanks for hanging out. We should probably log out here soon since it's after 9:30. But we went down there and we found a Thai place. Oh, and that the pad Thai noodles or whatever. I don't know if it was properly pad Thai, but it was so good, Scott. It's some of the best I've ever had.
Yeah, just like pad Thai is their national dish. Granted, it's still like a.
I feel like there's a lot of variations on it. It's more of like a style.
It's definitely like a colonialism. Like, it's a product of colonialism, but like, you know, it's still their national dish. It's still like a big part of their identity. Where it's like this is the thing that represents us.
It was so good though. Like I got the mild Like I got relatively mild heat, but it was still like hot enough that like it felt good. And I was like, oh, that was so good. And you go back. I don't know if we're going back down there again this year. Which I need to figure out when we're doing that. But it was so good. So good.
Yeah. I was doing a thing for a bit where I do different national dishes from different countries. So I made Peking duck. I made like an authentic pad thai with all the proper ingredients. I got Egypt, and its national dish is very hearty. I don't remember what it's called, but it's effectively like rice with pasta on top of it, and then lentils on top of that. It's like 7 layers of carbs, and it's very good for the soul. Has this thick, like, tomato-based red sauce to it, but not like a marinara. Definitely different, like, spices and everything. That was a good one. I liked that one. And then there was this salty, like, fish stew from I forget which country it was. It was a Western African country. That I jacked up. That was not good. That was overly salty.
I will say, if you do ever find yourself at Disney World, there is a African restaurant at one of their hotels that's pretty good. We got basically a non-flight where it had like 8 different types with different like seasonings on it. That was really good. And then I got like a curry that was really, really good there. Definitely recommend.
Is it koshari? Let me check that one.
A couple times when we were in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah, no, it was koshari. Thank you. Your memory's better than mine. But no, koshari's real good. Very good, like comfort food and everything. Not that difficult to make.
Weirdly enough, I haven't actually tried haggis. Matthew brought it up. Even though, like, my mom's family is very Scottish, right? And we had a local Scottish festival that was, like, in our town. So we used to go every year. And they had it, but I don't know if she ever got it, but I never tried it. Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I will also say, we actually have an Ethiopian restaurant here in, like, the historic downtown that's actually a sleeper. It's real good. It's like in a corner, you'd never notice it. Super good. Like the spongy bread and whatnot for taking in all the foods. Real tasty. Yeah, that I need to introduce you guys to. That one's real good.
Was it delicious, Scott?
It was delicious. I've heard people say it looks kind of like cat food, but like, shut up, it's tasty.
Yeah. Well, it's about 9:45, so we should probably.
Okay, yeah. Before I get hungry, I need to eat again.
Scott, would you like to go over what we have going on this week? I did not update the thing, so I don't have that.
Oh man. All right. So, thank you for joining us, guys. It's been a lot of fun. This is a single stream weekend. We do promise we are going back to having the every other week of a double stream weekend. Just with the recent drain that we've had on personnel, it's been a little difficult. So thank you for bearing with us and staying with us through all this. But hopefully we'll be back at that again in the next couple weeks. But for this weekend, we have Jared coming back from the infamous 40K/Age of Sigmar stream we did while Brenden and I were at Rocky Mountain Open. So Jared will be bringing his Death Watch, which we have not had on the channel before, and that'll be versus Brendan's Ashta Militar, the Imperial Guard. So that should be a fun game. Jared's always fun. Does he look angry? A little bit, but you know, he's a big teddy bear, so it's good stuff. Be sure to join us for that, and I think that's it, honestly.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty straightforward weekend. Honestly, all things considered, which will be kind of nice. I guess we have a tournament on Saturday, so it's actually a pretty busy weekend for us because we have the cleaning day on Thursday, and then we have a tournament on Saturday, and then a stream on Sunday. So it's actually as far as like this company goes, is actually a pretty busy week for us, even without a Saturday stream.
But yeah, we'll be sure to tell you guys how that tournament goes. Let's see which one of us does the worst.
Is there prize support for Wooden Spoon this time?
I don't think there is, Brenden. I'm sorry.
Oh, biscuits, this is not going to be a profitable enterprise.
Well, don't worry, Brenden. I could try to win some honor for the company.
Alright, I'll do alright. I'll be in the middle. I'm good for 2 games. I'm good for 2 games.
Then you
Alright.
psych yourself out.
No. Anyway.
On that bombshell, hope you guys had fun. It was great seeing y'all. Great to have some new faces that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, as always, it's awesome. I've said it before, I'll say again, it means a lot. This particular stream is my baby, so seeing you all show up and support it is always awesome to me. Like Scott said, we'll be here every single Tuesday. Yeah, bringing more hobby content, just hanging out. Of course, join us in our Discord. Check out our affiliate links below if you're looking to get into some games. And have a good night. I'm gonna do the awkward
All right,
thing.
everybody, enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for joining.
I have to
Bye.
turn and say bye, but find the thing. There we go. Bye.
Okay.
It's finally over. I don't have to talk to those people anymore. Oh no!